It's quite interesting every day be about new development and some of us hope say there will be some progress because it's not a program way or certain characterizations we always talk negative, but we are not making any progress. Is the reason why I always we keep happen on the negatives. Those are the policy table, no, or at least attempt to do something to flip the other page. Significant impact in the lives of the ordinary Ghanaian. I have said it on several platforms. The it's not governance, it's a criminal enterprise. Yes. Because that is what it is. Because a lot of people questioning Anas's motive for his recent investigation. Say entrapment and then as a forum. So what follow your friends as sting operations are? First, you must have your friends a certain intent. So when you sense a certain criminality has been occasioned that is when you go in with some of these operations. So environment is a criminal enterprise. So on that particular basis, any person be coming up with a sting operation within that particular context and it's justified because crime and some of these things so we have governance in itself. So answer yaba appointee obi to a public office there are two key things that we consider globally. One nipa no your friend is saying qualification is not a classical rendition of what certificate as I'm maker, but I'm referring to a pool of knowledge and nipa no on the particular field. And one of the key things that elsewhere you consider. And one key thing that Africa put premium on the ethical and the moral competence of individuals. Because that is key and that is very, very crucial. And the captain, so what follow? Ubetimi who doctor be our course school, abubo degree, he's a doctor. Or hospital, Juma. But a point in time, moral and ethical competence may come as a failure. Nipani to me Lusuna Juma may revoke ne way ne license man but knowledge na any team no onya lusu yo. So but he's going home because ethical and moral competence that a person was supposed to bring to bear in the discharge of his or her duty nipa na final jumonity knowledge na wosua ni nyina no ya toagu ye mpebiem. So what it means is moral and ethical competence override any professional competence be like academic na say for so ubetima ya professor ubetima ya degree ubetima ya chief engineer so we need morals na we need ethics that knowledge obi ani ho a ohia. And how do we assess yebehu sa neema no some of these things and betimi aboa amayehu video na announce here is 4 years old. I think about because it was done 2018. So you can imagine say deputy finance minister can some video in Yamabontia Ghana for were calling for his dismissal on a kind of no, not knowing that the guy was caught 4 years ago on a tape. And for all this while, he has been hanging on to a position, one of the most crucial and the most sensitive position at the finance ministry. So you can imagine the kind of criminalities that Akoso has saying. So don't wonder, many surprised the damage that has been caused to this particular economy because the guy was caught 4 years ago, and with that criminal mindset, that is what he has been using to dupe this particular country till date. And I am covering our babonting. Now, me say baby ayababedri ye gina ha because the nipa na yedi tumi ahye ne nsa se omwa nanka yemfa oman no. He has no respect for Ghanaians, he has no respect for even his own party people, he has no respect for the many concerns being raised by Ghanaians. Because at this point menya sure say nka ye hia ye fence a motion of censure e parliament and say ya kase you revoke Kino Forata appointment and I say the deputy minister yapam na okoi. Say I dare say yet na president our respect for the people of this particular country. Mrs. Senka, the very moment Ghana for Kyei then the president will pay heed to that wise counsel and let him go. But because only a particular respect, and because to him, it's not governance and our play because I always said to say dinner bush for your family enterprise no more running, so don't be surprised. And the only heed to what is going on. And still, Kenoforiata, despite all the many atrocities the guy has committed against the economy of this particular country, he is still hanging on. And this same guy have the gut to go and sit before Parliament or could defend it. So we have motion of sense and air caution. People are calling for grounds. Go and read Article 82 from 1 to 6 downwards. Yes, parliamentarians, so we have a significant number, that is 1/3. Now, move that particular motion. It should go through, but what we have to do, he said, the minister should be given opportunity because that is the principle of natural justice. You can't hang a man without giving him the opportunity to be heard. But that particular place, you could you are only going to explain situation just to convince Parliament, but the power say or no, largely our parliamentarians they make that particular decision because all kind of constitution and come by say your conclusion minister before and answer why say Parliament more representing individuals. And they listen to the concerns and the many we are for here. So the individuals no cry said they don't have trust and confidence in the finance minister. That alone is a reasonable basis for Parliament to call for the minister to be removed. But it's unfortunate. What is going on? Maybe you're interested in and say, Captain William said, the backstop with the president. Because motion you go through, the president will have the last hammer to slide. And do you think that Nana Akufo-Addo pay what he has demonstrated? No, so motion you go through, he's not. And again, this is a sensitive issue. Ghana for follow keenly. And he made mention of the comic, your friend is saying, and the kind of activities going on that has characterized the whole thing. Ghana for you serious, wanting to listen to what is going on. The preliminary way there, when the Tama will be the way bar, Tama you call you will be to bar, and that take the center stage, and you subsequently know or natural heckling, comedy, and as a forum. So a lot of people come follow that particular thing with kid interest along the line, and lose interest because when you say nothing better will come out of it. Then go further to damage the already stressed reputation of Parliament. Ghana for Ankasa lose hope in Parliament as an institution. Because over the years, we've been complaining about the high way, Bosnia Cassia, Yabubo, Kroma, Nema, because some of the decisions are being taken in as a phone. Nina happened a passing through Parliament. And they couldn't stop it. So I know the institution called Parliament, over the years, Ghana for Lusu. Your friends say interest in your friends say trust will say you cannot rely on Parliament as an institution. Say idea air call against the state now Parliament will stop it. And this particular thing going on, no, characterization air caution as a comedy as for no, it justify that particular concerns and many Ghanaians. And again, Kenoforiata our certain sense of entitlement mentality. So I don't know what to say no. And yes, your friend say Abanyajuma no yo. He's entitled. Ne wafa adwuma ena your friend say yakofa na betena no makasa I say abusuya pharmacy shop entu bo wuroma we funu ya para na wayi bi kwa na wayi de ko and obia mi so obia because after all your wafa shop. That is the way he's running. So when you ask them to leave the shop, they will not go because he has certain intrinsic connection. That is family. And family bond, you know how difficult it is to break. So the many concerns being raised, reasonable concerns, the wise counsel being thrown out there, even from his own party people, unfortunately, he's not hidden. And the most terrible situation has happened, parliamentarians now, who did a press conference and says, oh, you support Kenoforiata should go. Now all of them, has transformed themselves into a bunch of unfortunate cowards. Whom, for whatever reasons, and they are defending, say, if the Kenoforiata should go, it should go on their own terms. What terms? What terms? Because concerns and answer many some of the points raised by the minority in Ukraine I would disagree. I say per the constitution, and cancer yan charge you obio. And cancer I say through a parliament through a resolution and saying coming to a firm belief, say you want to do something. That is all. And that may be informed by concerns being raised by constituents. That may be informed by concern being raised by Ghanaians. That may be informed by concern being raised by even your friends, outsiders. This Bretton Woods institution, the economy, that particular way, can form the basis of that particular resolution. So it doesn't mean say ebi a commit crime in Kwankeke. When people lose confidence in you, that particular alone can come, let Parliament to come into a resolution. And what you have to hear and say, what you have to do is say, Finance Minister, no, give me a platform to be heard. That's all. And yes, you could and I am striking when you been free and your court. Because that's all free say you were not treated fairly. Then you proceed to court and you fight it. That is what you have to do. But the whole your court you could yasem na yakasa same way I there by any basis and you say you near some you knew. And now the constitutional framers never gave those caveats and they could yasem na 100 for 100 bem. It is about the conviction of parliamentarians. Once they are convinced no, your presence or your continuous stay in office threaten the democratic health of this particular country, threaten the economic fortunes of this particular country, that is enough for you to go. And you see, there are evidence abound to justify any of these things, unless you are not reasonable. Because now the many economic atrocities that have been committed against this particular country, the reckless borrowing, the borrowing spree, and the fact is, or the minor kobobo siya or no one kasa the company on the disgraced your former finance minister your deputy finance minister na yapam no or also no company and their advisors are they are taking cuts. This particular thing is enough because a damping public confidence, a damping trust, and a damping everything. And even investors' confidence. And again, look at the current state of this particular country, the economy. Your debt to your GDP, and the fact there, we are not even able to mobilize revenue. Look at the Kwanya Mfas or Moyeno. Mahu, one of the MPP MPs, is it Asante Achim North MP? Or catch there among for say, Abra ye level no bano. They went to voter region, a seminars, a workshop, and the MPP MPs told finance minister said no. Answer on betting me a court Ghanaians in Namo Matias, they should pledge it at 1%. Also, more career seniors are same the finance minister. He never heed to their wise counsel. So it means that is who he is. So the question is why are they now in parliament defending them? That is what I'm telling you. They are just a bunch of unfortunate cowards who are defending nothing but absurdities, all in the name of partisan politics. Maybe something has gone under because while we in your parliament, there has been allegations of attempt of bribery as a forum, a bar, and the institution parliament over the years, Ghanaians hold in the high esteem, consistently, and that is my worry because you see, all state institutions in this particular country, losing the grounds because we see public space and you want to do any inquiry about the judiciary, answer Benya is so terrible. The executive no crowd doesn't say identify Ponkoso oriented and come say because we your mind na me na the ekoya. You don't even need to argue. Then you go to parliament as an institution that is supposed to say you were certain bulwark be a protect a democracy. And also because individuals are feeding fact within. They prefer say or certify all to the detriment of the many Ghanaians are suffering on the street. They don't even give a damn about their constitution because we live in a country where people have respect for their constituent. I am not sure. So parliamentarians at this point will go to parliament and say if finance minister will go, he should go on their own terms. Terms bang. Because the thing say once parliament come into a resolution, the resolution is when you have a firm belief something ought to be done. That's all. It must not have any basis be a grounding in law. Once and I make us a public confidence alone, is enough. So where is all this thing coming from? Because if say I didn't have question anywhere after the procedure, and I said the you can proceed to court and challenge whatever. But Parliament is not a court. The Constitution make allowance say you cannot hang a man without giving him an opportunity to be heard. That is a principle of natural justice. That is why he is giving him the opportunity to be heard. But I don't know it doesn't mean say how you could someone who say we did man say we did for. The question is at this time now, can we still trust and repose confidence in him? Say, obetime take you through where we are, and the same guy is negotiating the IMF deal. The question is, credibility by and not bring it to bear. Betime my investor confidence high. Say, Ghana need be ever by. And in the face of all that has happened, the economy is still crumbling. But the majority side, the 98 MPs, said they will not be in parliament for him to read the budget. That is the double standard. That we say they are just a bunch of unfortunate cowards. But when they leave parliament, the language changes. So it means that Ken cannot hold himself as the finance minister. So the point is the ultimate thing is let's do this and get the guy out. So we see, I know very well, sir, this parliamentary proceeding because he emphasizes this. But for the record, it is very necessary because we don't need a soothsayer to tell you, say, when even they finish, Akufo-Addo will not pay heed to it. But at least it will be on record. Say a time came, certain criminals attempted to hijack this particular country. Certain criminals attempted to destroy this particular country, all in the name of government. And certain effort was started in parliament to stop them. They did their best to the extent say you pass a vote of censure. You revoke the point where the president failed to slide the last hammer. That will be on record, and it will be consigned to the good pages of political history of this particular country, and posterity will judge everybody. But at this point, that particular dilly-dally attitude. You could do parliament and the language is different. And you see, there is a certain attempt to defend what is going on. Because some of the MPs sitting before the committee, they have transformed themselves into a spokesperson for the finance minister. When indeed your own colleagues are asking, say, the guy has caused a lot of damage. Isn't it on record? Say, oh, Ghana, baby, Ghana, you hear resuscitation. Because that is what is going on. For going to the doorstep of IMF, begging them for redemption, what it means there, one runner will cast down. And that is exactly what is happening. My culture says the justification is Russia-Ukraine war. COVID-19, and aftermath, you say manufactured nonsense, you put it together just to win the argument. That's all. Because it doesn't make sense. They are infantile, they don't make any political sense. So nobody would delve into that because Ukruma and China and free buy. And Captain Menyasho say free. Your friend is saying Bujumbura and the Baha say Yenina Tigana, Yenim Diakoso, and we've been witnessing this whole thing when it started. We caution them, but they never pay heed to. The fact is that the guy has destroyed this particular country, and the good thing to be done is that and I have told you, say, me persons I'm seeking to live, and for that we have another man masquerading as a Greek ministry. That is a joke of a century. That man is still masquerading. And even the president himself, Obejai, so we are penning now, behave to say, that is what happens to you. The embarrassment is all over. Because if there is a nationwide problem and people are calling something to be done, stabilize the situation, your solution is a that definitely that decision was purely infantile, a political wise decision, so we take it. So he will stop. And even the president himself, who has supervised over this cascading incompetence and flow on us every blessed day. And this will be blamuna. If you are blaming Kenuforiata, president have the power to sack him. And this is our parliamentarians invoke a constitutional provisions here remove our respect for Ghanaians. But this is a guy who constantly goes around, and all he does is to support the most incompetent guys among his ranks. Kenuforiata, a Greek minister, a friend is saying trade minister. These are people the president has been defending all to Nsama Ghana for Kenya. He has no respect for Ghana or the ordinary Ghanaian. And then, Captain, another thing that comes to mind is them basis na president Gina so opam your friend is saying deputy finance minister no. Adubo ahen basis bang. And he's telling us that he believes in a nurse. Announce the video, is it credible? Is that what the president is telling us? And then they announce your video, the basis, and then they say, oh, Jinaso or Pamobi. Say, announce a seven or kind of oh, Jinaso, other Pamobi. Then we are saying, say, the Ghana for whom African for that hono, I am more than your friend is saying, dear, announce you. And you see, when I started, I told you, say, these guys are running a criminal enterprise. Because to them, it's about money. Me walk out to me cry. Me go be office man is $1 good table so na casamen is na masasa. Nipa sabi wa dwimu do. Enye greed and na wonye criminal. Na we need a particular mentality no deeply your friends are ingrained in you. You akora kwa nkotena table so me yen $1 nguni ama politics is segum. Then now was segum. So these are criminals over the years, sir. Yet leaving the door bare to them. And we have handed over the whole economic space of this particular country, the future of this particular country economically. Everything has been left bare to these criminals. And they have a free day Because my culture says if you take away the politics, this is a complete steal hour. People are just stealing, scrambling for wealth because there is no leadership in place. The president himself is complicit, and is the one who is aiding and abetting them to do these criminalities against the state. So I told you then, that's a Ghana for you now. Sorry, a software sorry, lecturers are sorry, civil society organization are sorry, individual journalists are sorry. When Ohana sorry will come, including labor union and as for Obia market women are sorry. Your donor partners express concerns about the friends, the risky nature of our debt, and as for every single person expressing worry and concern about the current state of Ghana economically. It is only the president who is never, your friends say, perturbed about the current development. He's nothing but a direct beneficiary of what is going on. So politics na you put premium on morality, ethics and another forum. It is about many power. That's about business. And people make money, we don't ask them where they got those money from. So people it's about scramble for wealth. People we are free at and that is what is going on.